I'm Scott Carson with MRP. And, how do you hit this? Just green button. There we go. Marketplaces, as we all know, are revolutionizing the way we purchase things. Pretty much everything that we do today are in social type communities, and we buy them. We no longer like to be sold items. Amazon, eBay, Etsy, the list is somewhat endless of marketplaces that have changed the way we purchase things. And why hasn't this been done in the clinician marketplace? There's many reasons why this hasn't happened. The biggest reason, which I'll get to in a minute, is that clinicians and administrators have not been digitally native. They've adopted the technology, or they've learned how to use it in some way. And now that we have a digitally native 35-year-old administrator and physician, we're starting to see more adoption of these things. Why is there an opportunity here to make some changes using a marketplace platform? The biggest is the lack of transparency in the purchasing process. There's also archaic sales processes. There's no place to move non-utilized assets. And for the most part, distribution's controlled by monopolies. As I touched on, the clinician administrator that are making purchasing decisions have grown up utilizing technology, and this is what they expect. They want things like peer-to-peer reviews. They want good, better, best. They want lowest price. They want a comparative price. They no longer want a sales rep with a biased agenda, with no one having the second best product to be delivering that information. We spent the last 7 years building kind of a winning solution. The best way to kind of describe this is at eBay, where I was leading the eBay healthcare team in designing the category many years ago. eBay Motors needed to create some traction, and they did this with things called trust enablers. And trust enablers, you would know, is transportation, Carfax, video chat, financing, and those things allowed velocity to take place. And to date, eBay has sold 5 million cars. And we just saw in the last month that Ford, given that prior to the pandemic there was 8% online purchasing, it's grown to over 30%. Now Ford has moved to their own online marketplace. So we started out building this with trust enablers. We focused on aesthetics. We looked at IV pumps, DME, imaging, number of ultrasound. We decided on aesthetics because it's growing 10 to 15% year over year. It's cash-based, which marketplaces like, and it's an emotional buyer. Marketplaces thrive in this field. We had to create some enablers, which I mentioned with eBay. These are marketing, a processing center, financing, and other components. If you think about it, if somebody had an ultrasound at a clinic they weren't utilizing and they wanted to move it, it has to be deinstalled, has to be transported, reinstalled, serviced, and warranted. We had to create that in aesthetics, and we now have the largest processing center of pre-owned aesthetics in the world. We're now migrating to new equipment and had some great success there. We currently have over 75,000 SKUs. We're getting ready with a partnership with McKesson to add another 150,000 SKUs of pharma and prescribed items that will be able to be transacted on the site. Why this is going to be a big change is for the first time, clinicians will have the ability to aggregate their buying power and start to get the lowest possible price and get comparative options. Marketplaces are built on trust. This is a big change in healthcare. Typically, companies that manufacture and distribute products are shareholder or stakeholder-centric. Marketplaces are customer-centric. And so we're very focused on customer experience, and that will drive the right kind of behavior of manufacturers. As I mentioned, we've partnered with McKesson. We believe this is going to be a big change in lowering the cost and access and quality of healthcare. The market from here is rather significant. We figured we'll, as we continue to grow in aesthetics, we'll move to vision. Obviously, dental, other areas will continue to grow. And thank you very much.